If India now has an escalating security crisis on its hands, if safeguarding national security is the priority, then do you feel that a US-India trade deal gets pushed back, or can we yet expect a deal by Diwali?
I do expect that there could be a bit of a pushback on India-US trade deal. But at the same time, there might also be an urgency to clinch this deal. And what we've seen in respect of India's deal with United Kingdom is that it is not only a deepening of economic ties, it also will create a pathway for deepening strategic ties as well.
Abhijit, do these renewed tensions, looked upon another way, mean that bilateral trade, a trade deal gets done with added urgency for the very virtue of the fact that defence in an inherent US-India trade deal is so central?
Absolutely. The trade deal will get an added urgency, added momentum, not only because of the security situation, but also because of the general sentiment of uncertainty, turbulence in global markets, in international trade. So all countries, and India is no exception, would try to clinch some of their ongoing FTA negotiations at the earliest rather than postponing it for a future date.
If there is a deal by Diwali, which will mean around mid to late October, then to what degree is that going to supercharge FDI inflows into India, and to what degree is it going to supercharge Apple moving into India and diversifying its supply chains there and building manufacturing, advanced manufacturing? Could Tesla also be encouraged to plant the flag? How much of a fillip do you think this is going to give to international investors?
We are already seeing Apple's having plans to start enhancing their manufacturing in India. So even without the deal, it's already happening. The deal might help persuade those who are fence-sitters, investors who are yet to make up their minds, to start investing in India, look at India more closely, and explore the possibility of manufacturing in India and also exporting from India. So yes, certainly a deal by fall of this year, maybe by September, October, could provide very important positive signals for investors from US, from other countries to start looking at India more closely.
Moving on to the UK-India trade deal that was struck on Tuesday, Abhijit, Britain said the deal was the biggest and most economically significant bilateral trade agreement since Brexit. Would you agree? And what are the implications then for trade flows into India and for the broader macroeconomic picture?
Of course, there is no doubt that this is one of the biggest deals which UK has struck after Brexit. In terms of the issues covered, it's really very comprehensive. It looks at trade in goods, services. There are certain aspects of intellectual property rights, government procurement, labor, environment, regulatory coherence. So you name it, it's there, even issues like anti-corruption. So this certainly is a very ambitious, very comprehensive deal. But let's bear in mind that the final fine print is still being ironed out by the two sides. And once we have the fine print in public domain, then only we will be able to make a more realistic assessment of the economic implications. But having said that, at a broader level, this deal signifies the commitment of the two countries to have a closer economic and strategic cooperation, strategic partnership. This will certainly open doors for enhanced bilateral trade. Of course, going by the projections by the UK government, by 2040, the bilateral trade between the two countries are likely to increase by about 25 billion pounds, with 15 billion pounds accruing to United Kingdom and about 10 billion pounds accruing to India. So
yes.
Overall, these gains may not appear very impressive, but
yes.
What is relevant is signaling that in a turbulent environment, countries can come together and strike trade deals.